NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
Here we go, Scott!
Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And just not enough on the throw there, down around his feet and incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. And the tight end goes in motion left. Throwing is Hurts. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
And it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt. At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. But Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff-worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Dolphin football. On 1st down, Rodgers steps away to his left. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 25 yards that time. And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000 is a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays hot.
And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
26.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, check 26.
Rodgers going to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
50. Hey, 88.
Now it's Rodgers. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
26.
Rodgers now to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week. And you can't do it all on one throw.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter is a good running back dive play.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. He's going to look deep down the field. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. Jalen Waddle, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big strike like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They go play action with Hurts. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Give that sack to the linebacker, Jayon Brown. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
Ready.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Hurts sets up to throw it. Flushed out right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Emmanuel Ogbah racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Yards on the return, but for a moment looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And they'll get him down inside the red zone at the 14. It's also a gain of 14. 1st down. A CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And he powers through the first lane, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 2nd and 12, Rodgers escaping the pressure right. And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. In motion left is Wilson.
26.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, given where that drive started, that's an excellent job defensively to force them into 4th down.
Sanders Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will add on to their lead. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first-half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
We'll see a return here from the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. David Onyemata there on the tackle.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
2nd and 5 now. Hurts targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Hurts. Throw right side, caught by Goddard, the tight end. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Here's Hurts to throw. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Emmanuel Ogbah, his 2nd sack of the night.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
To try again after the sack. Hurts. The Sanders has got it complete. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Buffalo 18. 18, Pioneer. Hey. 18 Rebel.
Back to throw. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Facing this big first half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. From the gun, it's Hurts. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Eagles unable to convert there on 4th. And the Dolphins defense is able to hold. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to lose yardage. Not that it matters as the final seconds tick away. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground again here. And some room to roam now. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll run with Pollard to begin the drive. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. This defense could use a few more plays like that right now.
It certainly could, but think about it from an offense's perspective right now. They've got a lead, but they don't want to throttle down too much and stall themselves. They still want to move.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He finds his target, Ebron. And out across midfield down to the 45. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner. Great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
To the right side to Eric Ebron. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Going to run again here with Pollard. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay.
They're bringing a spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive lines, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Rodgers swinging this out for Pollard. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And 3rd and 8 now. To throw, it's Rodgers. to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Rodgers to throw for it on fourth. Buying time to his left. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Go!
It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
And they'll get him down here at the 23. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down, at least at first glance, as he'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
Mustang 19. Panther 11. Panther 11.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Fires the quick slant. A.J. Brown's got it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. He'll look to throw. That swung out wide to Sanders. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Hurts. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the...
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Fielded just inside the 20.
Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back.
And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
From the 41, Hurts. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Keon Crossan.
The 20.
And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making the tackle by the QB.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. They fake the give. Now Rodgers. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Eric Ebron from 19 yards away.
And the Dolphins look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 24. The kicking team out for Miami as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Hurts.
And this is going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
In motion left comes Brown.
19 tight, 19 tight.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And he's got his man. It's the tight end Goddard. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as this defense, boy, a little too loose there. They give up a gain of 19 on fourth down.
Safety Ranger. Trap 50, trap 60. Warriors 70. Ready.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Quick slant to Brown. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Looking to throw again on second down. Hurts. Thomas brings it in. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That one good for 26 and a first down. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make it second down. In motion left goes Smith. To throw again on second down. Hurts. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
Yeah, once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on third down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
60 Maverick, 60 Maverick.
Hurts. And he comes back with one complete. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
If this were baseball, we call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the first down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a fourth down.
Going for it with Sanders. No reason not to try it there. They do indeed convert on fourth. And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. So now just like that, things change dramatically. It's first and goal. Hurts sets up to throw it. Flush to his right. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Michael Thomas from 6 yards away. And the Eagles are finally on the board here in the fourth quarter. They'll turn to Sanders. And he'll find his way in for 2. And we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football. And